Mike, can you just talk about the number of big plays given up by your defense today, and also the big pass interference calls? Put all that together.
Well, the big plays, I mean, that was obviously a part of their offense approach. You know, it has been particularly in a number of situations. They're effective with it today. 28 penalties. I don't know what the hell you want me to say. I mean, so right what you want, I'm all for it.
The pass interference, what could Anthony Brown have done differently?
You know, without seeing the replay to get in specifics, you know, the comment by the official was he wasn't playing the ball. You know, I think he had help with KZ, so I can't tell you specifically. He told me the flag was strong because he wasn't playing the ball.
What was the explanation on the play where Keanu Neal, it looked like he saved the ball on the fumble? Did they call it incomplete? What did they tell you in that situation there?
Well, they said that Walton, New York, overturned the play. That was communication.
So you could not challenge that play, correct?
It was a turnover. It was already reviewed. Yes.
You've lost 3 of your last 4 football games.
Yep.
What have you told your football team after this?
I love them. I'm proud of the way they fight. You know, we talked about the officials last night in the meeting. This is the history of how they officiate. We needed to do better in that area. We'll continue to work on it. Obviously, we're going through a tough patch, so we make no excuses. But I'm proud of them, and you know, the only thing we know how to do is work. So we'll get back at it tomorrow.
You talk about the decision on CeeDee Lamb. Did he pass protocols? Y'all kept him out for precautionary reasons. What was going on?
No, he didn't make it all the way through. So
He didn't make it all the way through.
correct. Yes.
Time of possession, Coach. Oakland, they had the advantage in that. How did that affect your defense?
Well, I mean, I think anytime, you know, the defense is on the field significantly more. I mean, you know, I think when you look at the play distribution, probably had something to do with it. You know, they were able to have some balance just as far as attempts, both run and pass. You know, we were a little heavier pass than run. But, you know, obviously there was a lot of points on the board, a lot of production. So, I mean, that's obviously time of possession is important. We lost that as you know, also as we did the game. So
You had 4 3-and-outs early, and then before you got rolling late. What took your offense so long to get started? Was just more of the 2-minute thing with Dak just so comfortable?
You know, I think definitely the tempo helped us later. You know, and I thought that our players, the offense, did a really good job of that. Yeah, we just weren't as clean as we would like to have been in the run game. So just wasn't real clean in the pass game. But you know, I thought once we got going, obviously productive, it'll put some points on the board. And you know, Tony had the big kickoff return. Obviously, got us going also too. So you know, hey, you know, coming on a short week, we knew this was going to be a tough one. You know, I think these games are always tough, you know, regardless when you're you know in this type of run here. So I really felt strongly about it when we got the game to overtime that we would come out on the right side. But I think, like everybody, probably in the building, probably anticipated it'd probably come down to a penalty.
What's wrong with your kicker in terms of missing an extra point, and then I know it's a long field goal, but he missed that too. But that's 4 points that your team could have.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, without looking at everything, I mean, you know, that's what day after the game's for. You know, we'll evaluate all that, but you know, I'm not going to stand up here and get into swing mechanics, and you know, I don't know exactly what occurred on the miss.
Early on in the game, you rotated your offensive lineman. What was the thought process behind that?
Well, you know, it's you obviously got a lot of experience in both Connor and LC, so you want to keep those guys involved. So the thought was to give them the 3rd series. You know, we anticipated this being a long, grinded-out type game. You know, obviously, it's part of the thinking is, you know, the 4 games in 12 days. So, I mean, it's part of our thought process. You know, when we come out of the game plan meetings, particularly, you know, yesterday in the coordinators meeting, we wanted to try to play as many players as possible today.
Steele just earned the more snaps based on how he's played over the course of the season. And
I'm sorry, say it again?
Steele just earned the more snaps there at right tackle just based on how he's played over.
Yeah, Terrence earned a start today, yes.
Coach, 166 yards in penalties. Obviously, it's a frustrating thing to have to go through, but I mean, in regards of mood and in regards to, you know, trying to get a rhythm, how did 14 penalties or franchise record 166 yards? What was the mood on the sideline having to experience all that?
What was the mood?
Yeah, the mood, and how did it impact the rhythm
It was
of the
obviously
game?
frustrating. You know, the game was herky-jerky all the way through from start to finish. But I give our guys credit to continue to focus and battle. But yeah, I mean the numbers are absurd. Definitely understand that. But I just think like everything in this game, it's there's trends and patterns, and we anticipated this game being officiated this way. But in the same breath, it's the line that you have to straddle. I don't want our guys slowing down and playing slower. Because we've tried that already. That didn't help us. Overcoaching the penalties a few weeks back. So we're going to get up on the balls of our feet, keep fighting, and we just got to really focus on our fundamentals and the finish of plays, and we'll take a hard look at it. We evaluate the penalties every week. We break them down, and they'll be part of our fundamental emphasis when we get ready for as we move on, get ready for the Saints.
Was Elliott's knee bothering him, or was Pollard just more effective tonight? And so that was.
Yeah, I think Zeke was. He was struggling a little bit, and I think that was obvious.
Is that something you're going to have to manage the rest of the season? Zeke's knee?
I couldn't tell you that. We got a couple days. They'll be in the weight room tomorrow, and we'll get back. Sunday will be a Wednesday for us. So probably no more then.
How impressed were you with the game that Pollard had, special teams and rushing?
Well, I was very impressed with the way Tony played, but just going into the game, we felt this was going to be a game where he's going to have some opportunities, and the kickoff return special. I thought the guys teed it up, and and it's particularly when he's able to get to the corner and finish it. So Tony had a big game.
Mike, I know you said you were going to have to wait till Monday to look at the kicking operation, but do you have any concerns at all about your kicker right now?
I didn't have to wait till Monday. I said that we practice on Sunday. We'll evaluate every play tomorrow. We'll grade it the day after, and we'll continue to work. But yeah, I'm not concerned about Greg Zuerlein. He's a professional. He's done a long time in this league, and we'll take a look at it. And yeah, definitely he's going to make those kicks. We understand, especially in this game. This game came down to tight points, but I'm moving forward with him.
In most games this year defensively, you've given up some points early and kind of settled and righted yourself as the game went along. That didn't happen today. Do you think the penalties were the main thing on that, or?
I think it was obvious when they needed something, they protected and went deep. But that really was in line with the tendencies that they showed coming into the game. So we didn't handle that as well as we like. So a combination of rush and coverage is always what you're looking for.
Coach, a lot's going to be made out of the 4 PIs that went towards Anthony Brown. What do you and your coaching staff say to him to help him move forward?
I think the biggest thing is, and it's something we emphasize more and more each week, because every time you play, you have more self-scout tendencies, mannerisms, and approaches that other teams take. And if you look at the games, particularly the last 3 weeks leading into this, there's a way that people are trying to play us. In some areas it's been successful. So we acknowledge that, and that's both as a unit and as an individual. So we'll just continue to work and work our way through this.
Three of the last 4, is it easy to just brush it off if you don't have your top 2 receivers? Or
not at all. I think it's just a little bit what I talked about it in the locker room. We have 84 players on campus, so we get the line up 48 today. We make no excuses. We know who's coming back in the other situations, but that's just an excuse. We had plenty of opportunities, and we had the right people to win this game today. We just didn't play well enough.
Feel like you gave this one away?
It was a competitive overtime game. It was a tough game.
It's, I think, 2 games now that you haven't been able to get a lead at any point in the game. Can you talk about how not being able to do that kind of impacts the game as it unfolds?
Hey, it's nice to get a lead. That doesn't concern. I don't think you have to have the lead to win games. Frankly, I was excited when I went to overtime. I think of, every team you coach, every team you're a part of, it's different. I'm a big believer in ROI. Return on investment. We put a lot of time into end-of-game situations, these types of situations. The confidence on the sideline was very high. The crowd was phenomenal. So, we had every expectation to win that game in the end. Okay, so it came down to a penalty. So let's just be honest. So it was a highly competitive game. It was an overtime loss, and we'll learn from it.
I'm just saying while you struggled offensively, what Dak and the offense did in the fourth quarter was kind of showed you felt that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we may not have played as well as we liked early, but we put points on the board, and we're in position to win the game. So, I just quickly saw Dak's numbers. I mean, it looked like he had good numbers. I mean, he threw 68, 69%, and had over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So, I mean, if that's struggling, hell, can't wait to play. I'd like to play tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.